Wait, wrong video. No, that was the last video. Today we're looking at the Penta Mixup puzzle. I wanted to say 3x3, but that's obviously not what this is. This is a beautiful 3D printed puzzle by K3DW, also known as Braden, and it was sent to me by NK Cubed, who got it off Braden. So we have a nice little chain of puzzles going on right now, and this is the last stop before it goes back to K3DW. So what we're going to be doing today is hopefully solving it. Let's get started. So a quick explanation, this is a pentagonal prism, which I guess is quite obvious from its shape, and it functions a little bit like a 3x3x2, but obviously we have 5 edges and 5 corners, which is different from a 3x3 shape. So what this means is we can turn the top, middle and bottom layer like a regular polygon. It doesn't do any shape shifting, and we can do our moves, I think it's 72 degrees without, you know, doing any scrambling with the shape. But when it comes to these 3x3 layers, we are forced to do 180 degree moves because obviously the shape gets distorted and it bandages the puzzle. What's interesting about this puzzle though is it's incorporated elements of a mix-up cube, and if you don't know what that is, I will show you. So this here is So this here is Oskar's 3x3 mix-up puzzle. It's a bit dusty because I've not used it in a while. But this is just essentially a 3x3 puzzle, except you can do 45 degree moves on the middle slice, and then you can continue and do whatever. Yeah, kind of weird in that respect. So looking at that on this puzzle, we do a 45 degree slice, not 45, oh my gosh, 36. I think it's 36. 36 degree slice on this middle layer, and then we can continue and do our 180 degree moves with the top and bottom. And it just does a nice little switch, and it turns pieces that would not be able to turn otherwise, which is crazy, and it's cool, and it's going to cause a bit of a mess. So naturally when solving this, I'm thinking we need to sort out this middle to begin with. So I'm going to do that and turn it into a regular pentagonal prism. So how are we going to do that? I guess we need to figure out what our color scheme is, because we can't really rely on the middle for that. Okay, so essentially what I've done is just stuck my corners in the right place, just so we can see which pieces are supposed to go where. The problem with the Penta Mixup is it switches these center pieces that would not otherwise move. So as you can see, this green and purple is the wrong way around. So if we do a flip here, and then I'm just gonna flip back so I can keep a hold of my corners. Let's see, did that do anything? So now we have green and purple in the right place, which means we want orange here, blue here. Alright, let's do that then. Alright, cool. So I'm going to go ahead and try and solve the first layer like a 3x3x2 without any mix-up moves. So we're going to start by making our cross or star, whatever you want to call it, and that's fairly straightforward, just like that. And then we're going to put in our corners just fairly normally as well, using the intuitive 3x3x2 move, just like that. So let's go and do that for the rest of our corners. Okay, so there's our first face done, no problems whatsoever. So now what we're going to do is fix our middle layer, and this hopefully won't be too much of a problem. What we're going to have to do is move the 3x3 layer by 180 degrees, and then we're going to have to restore it. So we're going to have to do everything within cycles of 2 moves. One problem I've noticed immediately is that this is the wrong way around, but it's in the right slot. So what I think we're going to have to do is trail it all the way around the puzzle, and because it's an odd number of layers, doing so should flip it the correct way. There we go, perfect. So now, alright, so now we have some kind of 3 cycle going on. Alright, so what we've ended up with here is 2 pieces in the right place, but flipped incorrectly. I guess let's trail them both all the way around the puzzle. So we're going to make our way around. Oh, I guess that doesn't matter now. So now this is correctly flipped, and we're going to take this piece back with it. And then finish off the slice nicely like that. Okay, first 2 layers done. Excellent, excellent. I like this. This is a really nice puzzle. So next up, what we're going to do is solve our edge pieces, and this shouldn't be too hard. We're going to have to do everything in sets of 2, I think. So we want to swap the purple with the orange, which will put the orange here, and then we'll swap these 2. And I say we have to do it in sets of 2, and that's because every 180-degree move we make, we have to undo it. That will also cause this to be an issue, and we don't want a parity, so we're gonna have to make sure we use the same slice. So I'm just swapping the orange and red, and there we go. Our edges are good. Awesome. So unfortunately none of our corners are in the right place, which sucks. All of our corners are actually in really nasty places, so I'm not sure what to do about that. We're gonna have to just cycle them round, I guess, so swap 2 at a time, just until it fixes itself. So I want to swap these 2 around, put them on either side of one another. So that's gonna consist of separating the pieces, orienting this corner so it's where I want it to be, which is up here, so I can actually switch it out. And then, as you can see, this is now matched up, which is excellent. And then we need to orient this corner so that it's over here, and then it's fairly straightforward. We rematch it up, and if we look at the bottom here, we've now got 1 solved corner, which is exactly what we wanted, I think. Now we want to maintain this position because we screwed up the top layer, and we need to undo that by replicating the move. And if we do these 2 pieces, that's going to solve all of the blues for us. So if we do that again, it's a pretty long algorithm, and it kind of sucks in the respect that it doesn't do very much. But we've restored the first 2 layers, and we now have our blues completely solved, which means now we only have 3 corners left. So we're gonna switch these 2, which will solve the red here, and then we'll finish by switching these 2. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so that's the first one done, and now it looks like we only have these 2 corners to switch, and doing this should solve the whole puzzle. I'm hoping there's no like middle layer parity or anything like that, because we did kind of screw around with it a little bit. So is that it? It looks like we might have done it. Alright, there we go. We solved the Penta Mixup. And this is the first of K3DW's puzzles that we've actually been able to solve, which is embarrassing, really, I guess. This was a really awesome and enjoyable puzzle, and props to K3DW for making such a high quality and great turning pentagonal prism. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that. It wasn't too challenging if you know how to solve intuitively the 3x3x2 and also obviously a mix-up 3x3. This was awesome, and I'm really glad we managed to solve it. So there is that. Make sure you check out K3DW on YouTube. I'll have links in the description below. Really awesome channel, great content, and a really cool guy. So yeah, go and check out Braden and show him some support for creating these awesome puzzles. That's it from me though, guys. Remember, leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe, and you'll be notified every time I make a new video. Have a really fantastic day, and I'll see you next time.